Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking Real Housewives of Atlanta because y'all know why y'all here. We got to recap Porsha's video, Porsha's YouTube, because it is going to shake the table. It is going to shake the airwaves, and I've got a recap for y'all that I'm going to get right into. So it was about a half hour long, y'all, and a lot of tea was spilled. And there were some things you got to read between the lines. So essentially, she said that her and Angela got into it because of the Charles comment that Porsha made at the Big Bank Take Little Bank event. Porsha was just joking, though. Porsha was just joking, but it turned into an argument in which Angela basically was hitting her spoon against the cup and was trying to cuss out Porsha. And so basically Porsha said the reason why she said that to Angela was because she felt that Angela was giving softball answers. She really wasn't answering questions and all of the things. And so she told Angela to her face right then and there that she never heard anything about Charles and didn't know him and never met him. And Angela still was defensive after that. She thinks that Angela is a good addition to the show, but then Porsha made a joke that she doesn't even know about her own men. And then, child, why do they have all the men on the board? They had Dennis up there on the screen. They had Simon up on the screen saying she didn't know nant about any of these men and didn't know it. And so she was confused when she saw the later scene in which Angela is telling Charles about, Porsha, mentioning that she had tea when she told Angela right then and there that she was joking and that she didn't. Like why be all defensive unless Porsha was onto something? And then also she says as well that she alludes to there being some future issues between Angela and Charles over the course of the season, that there is more to come as it pertains to them. Then also she says as well about Kenya. So we get into the Kenya and Brit of it all. She says that Kenya and her have been through several ups and downs. They've been through several situations, and Porsha was coming into this season hoping her and Kenya could just have a good time. She said she had plans for her, and she said she still has plans for Kenya if Kenya comes back to the show and everything else, but she thought that this was going to be like a good look. This was going to, be all on good terms. So she said that she did not know too much about the initial beef with Brit having an issue with Kenya's ring question, because Porsha basically said, listen, I was late to the birthday party. Your girl was late. I was not there to see the interaction. But she said she talked to Kenya and she talked to Brit and she talked to other housewives about it. And Kenya and other housewives didn't feel it was a big deal. Brit was the only one that felt that the ring conversation was a big deal. And she felt like Brit, maybe from seeing the show and seeing how Kenya was portrayed and some of the antics that Kenya has been a part of, that maybe Brit felt like she had to stay on ready, or that she had to stay and approach Kenya a certain type of way because she didn't want to be, as Porsha would say, the picking on the little girl or trying to get sunned by Kenya. She was like, no. So nonetheless, that happens. And, she said that prior to this, that Kenya and Porsha's relationship was good, that they would DM each other all the time. Anytime they had stuff going on, they would see each other, whether it was at Candy's birthday parties for Blaze, or if it was for Shamia's birthday parties for her daughter and everything else. They would see each other. They were cordial. They were all good. Everything was all good. And there was a lot of talk. She was proud of Kenya. She was proud of the hair spa and all of the things. And so then as well, she said that at the Big Bank Little Bank event that Brit and Kenya, that actually was a 2-hour argument. It was a 2-hour argument at the table. Obviously, we only get, 42 or 43 minutes of an episode. Porsha said that was a 2-hour argument, and she said it's possible that Brit was possibly triggered by the word peasant, and that's what set her off. Well, she wouldn't have survived. Brit, you would not have survived on Love and Marriage Huntsville, because that's what Martell calls his concubine, a peasant. So, nonetheless, Porsha was confused by all the talking, all the bleep talking that Brit was doing at the end of the Big Bank Take Little Bank episode, because she said that Brit's not even hood. Brit's not from the hood in any capacity, so she had no idea why Brit was turned up or why Brit was trying to be turned up, because that's not even about her, whatever. And so then Porsha said as well that, Brit was talking only to her husband and Kelly, and nobody else but Kenya would have heard the pistol word. So I find this interesting because Kelly said that she didn't hear it, but Brit was directly talking to Kelly and her husband the whole time. Make it make sense. So nonetheless, so that's like a lie. Then she said as well, Porsha said that Kenya was not being truthful about who contacted Kenya after all of this went down. So remember when we saw Kenya at the spa event and she said that Angela was the only person who reached out to her, Angela was the only person that contacted her, Porsha is saying that is not true. Porsha said that she had been talking to Kenya a lot behind the scenes, ever since this pistol comment, because she was trying to get to the bottom of it, because she said at first it really wasn't discussed. And then it seemed like after a few days settled in, that was when Kenya started to raise, concerns about the pistol comment and felt a way about it and was like, we got to get this girl off the show. We got to get rid of Brit and all of the things. And so nonetheless, she kept talking to Kenya. She talked with Kenya. They agreed possibly that maybe a suspension or something needed to happen in regards to Brit, maybe like a few days or something else. And she said that, she would talk to Brit. She would see what was going on. So that's how we saw that scene with Porsha and Brit. Porsha relays the conversation that she had with Brit, because I know some of y'all were calling that out. Again, it's only a 42-minute episode. So Porsha told Kenya about the conversation with Brit, and that Brit seemed remorseful and everything else. And Kenya basically was like, well, whatever. Like she was not hearing it. She was not featuring it. She was like, I'm still going to let her have it. And Porsha felt at that point like Kenya was going to do something vengeful. She was going to get her revenge and everything else. So when they had the premiere spa day thing where it was Kelly and it was Porsha, because that was interesting too. I thought if Angela had been talking to Kenya behind the scenes all this time, why wasn't she at the models audition at the spa day like Kelly and Porsha was? Make it make sense. So I guess Porsha said at that event as well, Porsha suggested to Kenya to uninvite Brit from the spa event. That everybody was invited at the Big Bank Take Little Bank event put on by Angela, but why not just uninvite her so that way there's no issues if you still feel this strongly about the GUN situation. But Kenya was not trying to hear it. Kenya was being evasive, and Porsha found that weird. And so then Kenya told Kelly and Porsha that I am going to expose her because everybody needs to know about her. And so Porsha said, well, since this is Housewives, she was not anticipating the exposure to happen like at Kenya's event. She was expecting this to happen at something else, like maybe like on a cast trip or maybe on a closed set where it is just the Housewives only and everything else. And so she said also that everybody kind of had an idea about Brit's past, about Brit's reputation, and that Brit has owned it in the past before. She said that her husband knows who he is married to, knows about Brit Edie's past, and Porsha said she wishes that everybody could kind of meet each other where they are, that none of them are perfect. All of them have got past, all of them got issues and this and that. Why not just meet each other where they are at? Porsha was disappointed, was unhappy that Kenya's event put a dark cloud over everything. She felt everything was beautiful as far as the spot and everything else. She said she was happy that Bravo did not show the images because the images were deplorable. Porsha also said that there was a lot more disgusting things that Kenya actually said about Brit at the event that was edited out by Bravo, and she was glad that that didn't air either because it actually was a lot lower and a lot more disgusting and a lot more disturbing than what the people had seen. And so she still is advocating for Kenya to come back next season. Porsha wants Kenya to come back next season because she feels that there should be plans for her and there should be a potential for a resolve between Kenya and Brit. And then Porsha says that there is another housewife that, there's a housewife that sent some of the alleged nude stuff to Kenya. So Kenya got some information from a current housewife. Porsha also says that there is a current housewife who is actively trying to get Kenya fired this entire time. An active housewife on the show that was advocating for Kenya to get fired. Porsha said that there is no way she would ever want anybody to get fired. She would never want to take somebody's food out of their table. We are all working a job. We are all co-workers, all of this and all of that. I would never. And that's what was so weird. They would always ask Nene on Watch What Happens Live, who needs to be fired and this and that. And, Porsha has never, she was like, I wouldn't do that. Like, why would we want Kenya fired? And so, but yeah, basically felt like Kenya lied because Porsha talked to Kenya every day after the bank, take Little Bank. Also, Porsha told Brit, as a vet of the show, that the comment's not going to be tolerated and that people need to apologize. She said that is, a housewife's thing to apologize. She said, unfortunately, not everybody always apologizes on, these shows. That Kenya blew up the racy. They were like very blown up, very graphic and everything else. So nonetheless, that was that. I quickly tried to give y'all a summary. Porsha did not name names, though, of who the alleged housewife is that allegedly gave Kenya some of those racy photos. She did not reveal the housewife who was trying to get Kenya fired. So I guess maybe that will be possibly revealed at the reunion. I don't know. Porsha basically made the comment she's going to put a pin in it. But I don't know. I feel like Angela and Drew are like at the top of the list. I wonder if it was one of the newbies that tried to get Kenya fired. Very interesting. Very interesting. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.